What's wrong with that? Why is there a big fucking dustbin in the way?
Oh,
it's just unbearable, isn't
God.
it? Oh. Anyway,
but anyway, more drama. Back to the drama. Let's talk MotoGP, mate.
Let's talk MotoGP because,
yeah.
I mean, Martin, what do you reckon? What's your summary of what's gone on or going on?
I mean, look, no one knows. Obviously, the official line is that there was a duff tyre, and Michelin are investigating that. But really, no one knows. No one will know. I don't think, even if it was a duff tyre or if it wasn't. I mean, there has been a few duff tyres this year. I thought you can't rule it out, but I don't know. I mean, it's just really fishy, isn't it?
Yes, that's exactly my sort of feelings on it. It's fishy as fuck, especially at Qatar. Like, that guy is fucking absolutely amazing around there,
Mustard.
Right? He's the one to beat. And after his performance last weekend, like dominant, like aggressive, it was like watching someone who he didn't have the bike underneath him, did he? And whether it's this whole tyre pressure thing, that they were being safe and overinflated the tyre, like, you're at the top of your game, you've got the best riders in the world on the best bikes. Like, if you're not feeling comfortable, you know, you could easily be 2 seconds off a lap, couldn't you? So now it's just 100% Bagnaya's pretty much won the championship now for me. I mean, I don't think it's going to come back.
No, I'm not. You can't say that.
Yeah, well, I can. I did.
I mean, I think what really my rant of the weekend was. Oh God, what's going on here?
Come on, you.
Yeah, my rant of the weekend isn't Bagnaia or the. Oh, got a scooter on your bogey. Wee up there. Yeah, my rant of the week isn't anything to do with MotoGP or tyres or Bagnaia or Martin. It's Moto3. Now, I've seen a lot of people on social media blow up this weekend because of apparently, you know, Jaume Messia's riding and his teammate and his team's general tactics to win a championship. Have you seen it? Have you seen that?
I saw it being won. I wasn't that involved in it, so no, I can't really comment. So you just go for it.
I'm just, you know, the brief story is there was some hard riding. Yeah. Nothing dangerous in my opinion.
Moto3, I mean,
nothing dangerous. Moto3, yeah. I mean, this is the class that 20 riders stop on a corner and go onto a live track during qualifying.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm saying. This is why I mentioned Moto3. That's what it is.
Yeah. It is, but I mean, you know, Moto3, the race itself. Look, yes, there was hard riding, and look, I'm a Sasaki fan. I'm a Sasaki fan. I wanted him to win it. Oh, fuck it.
Fucking buses.
I wanted him to win it, but he didn't, and he got outbossed by Masia. And there's lots of people who I respect and who I thought knew better, who were slamming Masia for a dirty tactics and his team for dirty tactics for winning the championship. And I'm sorry, but they just wanted it more. And there's no, you know, I'm not trying to be blasé about the situation. There was nothing dangerous. But they're the same people that think that the moves that Martin put on Bagnaia and the rest of them were okay. There's nothing dirty about those riding tactics in MotoGP, especially in Moto3, especially in Moto3. So it was a really bizarre weekend.
Yeah.
But that really irked me, that whole Moto3 thing. Really did.
Well, I'm glad. Do you feel better? You got it off your chest now?
Slightly.
God. You can fuck off.
Oh God.
We'll see what happens in Valencia, but I mean, I don't know. But then I don't agree with them having 8 bikes on the grid either. I think that's not particularly fair, and sharing all the data between them. It's a massive advantage. And yeah, sure, you can say, well, any other team can invest that much if they want. That's absolutely fine. And yeah, sure, you're right. But we need to sort of cut all these people up. But it still just seems unfair. I'd much prefer to see Kawasaki with a couple of bikes or Suzuki back in it than Ducati taking up all of the grid spaces.
Yeah, but I mean, if Suzuki and Kawasaki were in it, then they wouldn't have the bikes.
What do you mean?
If Suzuki and Kawasaki were still on the grid, then Ducati wouldn't have as many bikes.
Yes, okay. That's an interesting
So what would you rather
perspective.
do? Have like 12 bikes on the grid?
Yeah.
You would rather that?
Well, no, because you're not solving the problem.
Fun.
But hang on, no, listen. You're not solving the problem of why the bikes aren't on the grid. Like, by letting Ducati put more on there because they've got the budget to do it, that's not solving the problem and the reason why there aren't other manufacturers there. The reason is because it's too fucking expensive. So that's the problem. So in fact, what you're doing by letting them have that is enabling the costs. You're enabling people with all the money to work it, and it's the same with this. You can't do testing out of season and da-da-da-da. Oh, some teams with more money will make it work. This is all Ducati have done, is effectively every race is now a test bed, isn't it? Because they've got so much fucking data. So I think it's not a simple, there's no simple answer to it, but what can you do about it? What would you do about it? How would you make MotoGP better? Where are you? Over there.
How would I make MotoGP better? Mate, honestly, I don't see how you can make it any better at the moment. It is fucking awesome. It is. I mean, look, I'd like Kawasaki, I like BMW, I'd like Suzuki, I'd like, more manufacturers on the grid for sure. I like to see 30 bikes because.
What do you think
trust me, mate.
Go on, sorry.
But trust me, at the moment, there's so many good riders. Like, look at Digi. Like, it's criminal. If he doesn't get a ride next year, it's fucking criminal.
Yeah. Especially on the bike that apparently it was like, no, you can't ride it like that. No, it has to be ridden like this. And he was just struggling massively, wasn't he? And then he fucking smashed it on the top step. What a lad.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you think about that mapping 8 signal?
Again, who knows?
That's a bit fishy as well, isn't it?
Well, but it didn't happen. Like
it didn't happen.
There's
no.
People. There's
but
people
that same
who
signal. But that same mapping 8 was the same signal. Who was it? A couple of years ago to get out.
Lorenzo.
The way? Yeah.
Lorenzo. Yeah. But.
And they said afterwards, oh no, it was nothing to do with that. But I bet it fucking was.
It meant 5 laps to go apparently or something. But if you have a teammate and a team and a manufacturer who is willing to help you win a championship, I've got no problem with that. I've got no problem with team orders.
Really?
Because trust me, I know what it's like, what it takes to win at the top, mate. You know what I mean?
But they're all Ducatis anyway. So the manufacturer ultimately is going to take the win anyway. What do you think about the ride heights and all that fucking shit? Do you think
get rid of it?
Because that's the answer.
Get rid of the whole lot.
That's what they're saying is this safety issue about the tyre pressures.
Yeah.
I mean, my opinion regarding the tyre pressures, even if you did keep the raising and shit, which puts extra pressure on it, it's still down to the team and the rider to push the bike as much as they feel is safe to do so. Yes, you might hit a curb and fuck the tyre up, but that's the rider's problem. Just don't fucking do it. I think it's not exactly a safe environment sat on a MotoGP bike anyway, is it? So I think for Michelin to say, if it was coming from them, which says don't run the tyre pressures less than this because we might have a issue, it just seems like to me there's no problem in saying we advise you do not run the tyre pressures under this level. That's enough to get them out of the legal hot water. We have told you it was too low, you ran it anyway. What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
What's the problem with that?
But what do you reckon Marquez is going to do next year?
I reckon he's going to absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
I think the Marquez brothers.
I can't wait.
I mean, it's clearly not a shit bike, is it? And I just, I gained a lot of love back for Marquez after watching that documentary on Amazon.
Yes. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
And it's just, he's one of those people that does what it takes to fucking get there. And yes, if it means trailing someone around and doing it to get that extra half a second, then he's going to fucking do it. It's not illegal, it's frowned upon, it's not against the rules, but he's going to do it. So let's just pull in front of that fan if you can. Try not to get killed, obviously. So yeah, I cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Marini on Honda. I'm looking forward. I love the merry-go-round.
What's that?
But Pedro Acosta?
No, that Marini's moved to Honda. Why do you think that is? Because he just wasn't getting the love in Ducati. Or he was.
Well, he's not on a factory bike, and he's not going to be on a factory bike next year. So, if you the option to go to factory Honda, with the they're not, the HRC ain't going to be like this forever. you know, they
No,
are
but do you think Marini is experienced enough to develop the bike, though? Do you think he's the man?
No, but I mean that's not his job. You know, there's other the test team is you know, that's Bradles and the other lots. It's to develop a bike. And
how many GP wins did Bradle get?
Well, he's a Moto2 champion.
Okay, but GP, innit?
It'd be interesting. I can't wait. Either way, I'm really looking forward to next year. Like I said, since Valentino Rossi has left, the racing has been better. Yeah. And that's not, you know, it must be a coincidence, because even if Rossi was in it, then the racing would still be as good. But it's just bizarre. You know, it's almost like you take one thing away, but the racing gets better. It's
nice to see Yamaha actually.
It's a joy to watch.
Yeah, and it's nice to see Yamaha with a bit of engine development. It seems that they've got now. It's actually it seems all right. I prefer every manufacturer to have 4 bikes, so 2 teams, like a factory team and a satellite team. No problem with that at all. Fucking brilliant. I just don't know how you cap the costs to allow, to encourage Kawasaki and Suzuki back. I mean, God,
it's never going to happen. But never going to happen.
But because it's too expensive, right? Yeah. Okay, so figure out how to make it cheaper.
Well, don't go racing in MotoGP. You can't make MotoGP. Yes, you can get rid of the ride height devices. You can get rid of some of the technology, but you can't make it much cheaper. You can't slash a budget by $1 million. It's just not going to happen.
Well, and actually, the times are not that different to World Superbike anyway, which is mad. Like, how much extra budget? I mean, I know World Superbike's not a cheap game to get into, is it? But it's not a million miles off. In terms of performance versus money, it's a long way off.
Go on, Babs. Go on, Babs.
Go on then, son. You're that excited by it? Right, coming off. Fuck you then. Oh, listen to that 11 horsepower!
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to seeing Pedro Acosta on a MotoGP bike, because that kid is insane. He's very, very good.
I'm desperate to see Toprak on the BMW as well. Desperate, my mate Toppers.
Like, this is the first time I've heard anyone talk about it, but have you heard the Ben Spee's Gypsy Tales podcast recently?
No.
Well, the one that went up recently. No, so this is the first time I've heard anyone talk sense about Toprak going to MotoGP.
Okay.
He's basically said, like I said, that Toprak isn't going to be able to ride a bike like he normally rides a bike in MotoGP. So it's going to be interesting to see. Oh look, trust me, he and like Ben Speed said, that kid Toprak is one of the hottest talents to ever grace a motorcycle. I'll stand by that any day of the week. But you know, whether or not, I don't think he'll end up in GP now. I think that's it.
I think he's lost his chance as well. I think
he hasn't lost his chance, mate. He had his chance, but he didn't want to take it.
Well, however it happened, I don't think we are either. And I think that is going to be a very sad. I'm sad about that. I'm very, very sad about it.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Because but he is so. He's got so much feel. Yes, the style he rides that World Superbike may not suit the MotoGP bikes, but he seems to have so much delicacy and feel that he could figure out a way round it. That's what I would say. And it's going to take him a while, but I've never seen that guy crash a bike like from his own problem. I'm really trying to think back. I mean, it's got to be at least when he was on the Kawasaki fucking years ago. He certainly hasn't crashed a Yamaha of his own fault. And that is when you see him riding. When you see him riding so fucking hard, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's a joy to watch. It is a joy to watch. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier, though. You've got 20 bikes, 22 bikes, and there's 30 riders deserving of a chance to ride in the Premier Class in the world. And unfortunately, that's not the case. There's only 20 odd. I mean, I think, you know, Aleix Espargaro needs to retire.
Oh, what do you think about the slap in the head? Morse.
He's wild, isn't he? He's wild.
Yeah. I mean, respect to Morbidelli. And that's another thing I want to see next year is Morbidelli. Actually, what have you got? What have you got, lads? Let's have a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, bless him. Right, let's go on the motorway.